Plan for the day is get the rest of these finished. I don't know if I want to take that down, cover it all in. I want to take it down a bit. It's the elbow blade. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. No wonder, how you doing? Figured I didn't tag everyone last time when I started. I know people don't like that all the time, so it'll only be occasionally. You up to much today then? I kind of want a second blade to this one. Had a bit of problem with the music yesterday. Is that? Can you hear it? Is it? It just wasn't playing at all yesterday. I had a little mess on to try and get it sorted. Yeah, kind of looks like two blades. The problem with this one though, I haven't got any of the colour schemes. Yeah, it's alright. Pretty low. Yeah, I had that problem last time. Is that any better? Try to take that one to the full. There you go, mess on with the music a bit. Right, I need to get the other colours in. Before I started, I worked on the axe and the sword. Got them sorted. Yeah, yep, I'm a sand dancer. Right on the beach. And the dog's barking because of the neighbours. I will be 2 seconds. I know I've just started, but I will be 2 seconds. There we go. You should really use more colours like I do. I tend to use 2 to 3 per shade. Well, I kind of do. I think my colours are quite low, really. I mean, I've got 5 per colour. And I very rarely use the brightest and the darkest. Yeah. So that's because it's like metal, so I want like the shine to be there. And obviously the darkest parts to give it some shape. The elbow blade. I'm going to try and fit these 3 colours into this. Brilliant. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Gabriel. Nice to see you. How you doing? I don't know if I'm just adding colours for the sake of it now, but I need all the level 1 weapons to look similar. Definitely not going to be no wood in this one. Could have it at the top. And the yellow's just going to be an outline of the blue, so Could swap them around. There you go, so that's sort of like locking onto. Yeah, I think that works. This is what I did last time as well. I didn't spend too long on each weapon, just so I can get the general size, the shape. See how it looks on the mail. Yeah, it's not much difference between the two. Parcels, yeah, brilliant. Okay, thank you. All right, cheers. Yeah, so today is just like a not really a long stream, just trying to get the rest of these finished. So I've got the witch and the, I think it's just the witch to do after this, but I think the ring blade's going to take a while to do. Right, let's jump back onto this. Call that done. In fact, where are we? I've got that in the extra one, haven't I? Right. Put it back on the elbow blade. I always have an extra layer just to mess home with it as much as I can, really. A while ago, someone posted an article comparing 90s 2D games pixel art on a monitor and how they look on CRT TVs. Ever since then, I've seen several pixel artists post up for CRT filters. Yes, I used to love the CRT filters. It's really strange how they make the pixels sort of like blend together. Back when I never used to use emulators, I always used to have the CRT scan lines on it. It always just, I don't know, it just really helped. Alright, the witch. I do have a broom that I used before. I think I need to change it up a bit though. Let's grab that broom. I don't think it needs changing that much. Does seem alright. Is that my highest? It's looking pretty great already. Her hand is surprisingly detailed for the size. Oh, you know what it is? The hands take me the longest to do. And I was working on Medusa before, and I just wanted to give her a little, I don't know, just like a little finger twinge thing, and it looked like she was stroking things, and it was just, yeah, it was awful. But I've learned to use more of the black. Well, not be black, it's a really dark purple, but that helps to get a lot of the shape in there. But doesn't work every time. Sometimes it can look absolutely terrible by the time I've finished. So let's spin this broom around and see what I can do with it. Just decided to redo all the weapons the same because I started using the purple outline to help with shape. For the first broom, it's not going to be that lethal. A brushed edge, but obviously I can do a lot more with the top in later designs. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Sir Kalos, how you doing? Nice to see you. Let's get this filled in, then I can make it a bit wider. Fine, good, good. Cat girl in the corner, yes. Just trying different ones. I kind of like this one the best. With the broom part, the bristles. I think it would be bristles. Yeah, yep. I've put a slight Geordie accent on for the video. I think I've got to look at it the other way just to make sure the shading's going alright. So this I can do it a lot lighter on the top. I'm not restricting myself too much. Yeah, that works. No, I don't want to do that. Not there. I don't want to put that too close to that bit. Now I should sit about there. Just try the male. I put it behind so I can get a good idea, because obviously it'll be behind the character. See, now I'd need to move that down. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. Now for the male, he's not exactly sitting out, he's sort of leaning on it. And yeah, I couldn't help but use the 2003 RPG Maker tile sets for the for me frame. I thought I'll just hoist something together. I was going to say quickly, but it did take a few hours. Just because I did that all in Sprite by dragging the tiles over. Right. Another ring blade. Both the hands are in the same place, so I'll keep the lady there. It's going to be quite a... Yeah, I think that's the largest I'd want it. I suppose with this I could do a crescent moon sort of shape to it. It might actually be a bit thick, but we'll see where it goes. Because it's going to be this hand here that'll actually grab the weapon itself. This is going to be, what are you going to use the circle for? This is a ring blade, so the idea was to have a sort of Tira from Soul Calibur, that sort of weapon. Didn't initially imagine it this large. I might take it down in size a bit, but I've got to have a room for it to sit on it. And when she swings her broom round, she'll be swinging this round instead. Trying to get every class 2 weapons. A gigantic witch hat. I've actually got where is it? The hats for the is it my group one? Yes, here we go. Where are you? The hat itself that I've got for the witch, I think I've moved. Yeah, there we go. That's my witch hat, so it's not massive. So with the body, yeah, I've moved it slightly, but that's the sort of design I was going for. The broom looks like a paintbrush, yeah. Well, the wooden one, because obviously it starts off where I've done every weapon as a wooden, and then it goes to like level 1, 2, 3 and 4. Do I have my wooden one viewable? That's more of like a traditional... There we go, I'll drag this over here. That's the level 1's, the wooden set, which I'm going to be changing a bit to bring it up to date a bit more. Such a cool design and sprite, and thank you very much. It's taken a while to get here, and I'm just starting to improve them. So yeah, you see I've gone for more of like the brush sort of style, and that one have I done. Yeah, it's a sort of demon set I was trying. It's very demonic. Each one's got like a skull in there and the same sort of colours. I had to think of something for the hammer, so it's not too sharp and make it different than the axe. The axe with like 2 teeth. Ancient, haven't finished all them. You can see some early sort of mock-ups for them. Again, the hammer, just something blocky. The angel ones, I think I've done 2 things for this year. And the Great Lance, I've done a few more that I released on itch. Great, that's just a grey background. So yeah, the first initial one that people could use is a very like typically what you'd find someone sweeping the floor with. Always leave that over to the side because, right. So this one, with us doing it first, I'll probably go through a lot of different designs, but we'll see how it goes. Wouldn't typically the wooden axe be one-sided? Yes, for the, I'll pull it back. I've got a two-handed axe and a one-handed axe. So the squires use the single axe. But that's just like decoration. That's more the blade on that side. That's why that's like blunt. The larger axe for knights and things like that, that's going to be two-sided. Dude, I'm sorry, it feels like I'm being too much of a sucker, but your spraying is everything I'd like to do. Well, thank you. Not at all. I like the blazes. But it all takes time. I mean, I've been doing it, God, like 2006 when I started doing it properly. So since 2006, because before that I was just editing Super Nintendo sprites for the platform games and stuff like that. So it takes time. There's a lot of learning involved and a lot of errors along the way. And hey, Jason, how you doing? Of course, I'm a cute anime girl. Always am. Been flicking through the free options for these tuber things, so I kind of like this one. Reminds me I really have to get my sprites done. Everyone needs to do their sprites. Everyone's got sprites that need to be done. I don't know if I'm procrastinating and trying not to start this ring blade, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Let's have a look. Definitely an area to sit on. That's definitely a must. I don't even think I need to make it that big. And to hold, because that'll be the held part there. Do I remember the ones that help you animate? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that, because I do that a few times. Hey Anna, how you doing? Too many name changes over the time, but call us Holy and I know who it is. How you doing? I might leave the handle there and then go for like the blades. Could come out from there, I suppose. I don't want to take it too close to the hand which is holding it. Looks great so far. Thank you. This is a bit of an experimental one I'm trying with the ring blade. Best way I can describe it is a sort of similar thing to Tira from Soul Calibur. Our alternate weapon is the traditional broom, which will swing round, so if I can get the ring blade in a similar motion, it's going to be the same on either side. brown hair, white coat. Yes, when I did the colour changes to the white coat, yes, I remember that, Katos. Thank you for the follow, Anna. Hope to see you every time I stream. I'm changing my name constantly. I'm currently drawing more faces. We can do more face portraits. Thank you for the follow. Katos, thank you. See, I was originally hoping to take this all the way around, but that might be a bit too much. For element things, I could do like rings of fire, just like different. I don't know. I suppose I could have fun with this one, but I think there's a basic one. This. See how it looks behind, because that's going to be the main thing that are going to be sitting on it. Yeah, this is the idol for the witches. What I've decided to do is do every single idle pose, so I can be, where's my group one? There we go. So I can be as consistent as I can, because I found myself changing the heights, changing the thickness of the characters as well. Oh, you've got to go. Thank you very much. Yes, definitely. I'll post any sort of updates that I have. I'll catch you later. Yeah, so just that's why the light blue line's there, just for the height of the characters. So there's all my job classes. Male and female. Some of them have different poses altogether. Some of them are very similar, just for the weapons that I'm going to be going with. Some of them I've already released. That's going to be getting a bit of a change. So we've got the Squire, the female Lancer, which now has a male Lancer. Again, I had to do a very similar pose. Who else has been released? The Archers. Just a slight turn of the body. And is it terrible? I can't remember who else I've released. Oh, the Knight. So again, just facing a different way. There was a request for a chunky character, so that's me. The Barbarians. Nice and chunky. It's like to make them a tiny bit smaller as well. So they're actually under the blue line. Just for like a dwarf. Large beard. Typical Lord of the Rings sort of style to them. But they're all going to have costumes. Eventually I started working on a few of the costumes. But I have been moving them around, so a lot of them won't be fully finished. I'll just take it down here and show you all. So these might not match up fully anymore because I have moved them around. Especially the sages, I think I moved them quite a lot. And resized them and basically did it the wrong way around. I could just do that. There we go. No, because some of them haven't come through. Archer, Samurai, Squire, Lancer, Fighter, you have costumes, why didn't you appear? Also the Witches. The Hunters. I know they're not all fully visible at the minute, but I will have a quick little fly over. Do believe that's it. Nope. Yeah, that's it so far. So we've got the two which is what I'm working on at the minute. Okay, excuse me, but Eri's feet are kind of weird since they have feet in the form of fancy shoes. Yes. Figured more of like heeled boots. I've done that quite a few times just to sort of know where I'm positioning them. They might not be on the final one. Right there, she's got the heels. Because this standing taller sort of class, I wanted to give a bit more height to the character with explanation. Oh, there's the knights. Typical standard knight, what you could use as NPC knights. Oh, I'll do one without the helmet so you can have like hair, be more of a character. But yeah, you can see here I've moved the actual sheet around, increased the height of them. So they've gone a bit wrong. So yeah, that's that. It's decided to give a bit more design than just plain clothes. I actually had to move their hands entirely for the other weapon I was going to do. I'll show you them in a second after I have a look at this one a bit more. I think that would be good enough. Let's grab my axe. Use the axe, I've got all the colours the closest together on all the weapons. Right, move you back up. I'll probably keep that blue because that's a good sort of guide. I'll actually have to move that into the extra. Do that now, just so I don't forget. Ring blade. You can sit in the extra folder, the extra layer. And by doing that, I've completely lost what I copied over from the axe. There we go. I could have these at the same height and just copy this bit over to that side. Now it's sort of split down the middle. I'm going to be trying to do as many weapons as I can, obviously, once they're all. Just to give the players as much choice, so they can create as much choice as they can. I feel like a witch character wouldn't go up and attack as a physical attacker, but would use some kind of raw magic to attack instead as she hangs back. Yeah, that's true. But there is going to be times when there's no magic and just a simple little attack would be needed. Characters like the wizard, where the go away witch, the two weapons that I've given them is the wand and the rod. But I'm probably going to have to change the location of that, I've just noticed. I'll probably do it standing up. This single attack might be a range thing, so they'll just swing the rod forward. Should probably put them there rather than sticking out from the place. So again, this is what I do this for, just to give it a quick little try out and see how it looks. Yeah, so it might be a swinging animation for the single attack, but you could have a projectile coming out for that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be running up and hitting them. The witch's single attack though, like with the broom as well, to fly over and just swing it. It doesn't have to be the strongest in the world, but it gives the player the option there to do that if they wanted to. They could have it entirely as a ranged class, and the swing could make a magic blade thing come out. I don't know. That's why each sheet's going to have 3 different styles of attack. I normally go for like a horizontal, a vertical, and like normally 2 horizontals, forward and back, a vertical up and down, 3, 4, depending. So let's have a little look. Yeah, so for the witches I will need to change the hand. Yeah, that looks alright, and then yeah, too much. Don't even necessarily have to have this part for the first one. Just something that looks a bit... so they get the idea of what the weapon's going to be. Actually, I think I might need a little bit of a part coming off it. So that way is going to be all the, not all the weight, but all the pressure from the weapon itself. So where's your hand sit? Just below that. Yep, all these will be free on my itch page once I've finished. I'm going to be releasing the bases, which is the nudies, for free, but when I do any clothing and stuff at the extra time, I think I'm going to put a small little price tag on it, nothing too much, just because I have been going from donations, but donations have been few and far between, where all the time that I'm doing isn't actually giving us like any not return, but just a little something to help us keep going in life. I know a lot of people actually don't realise how much time goes into like creating some of these. It's not just a case of like, I'm going to make a sword and you make a sword. And hopefully we should, not too long away, have a MZ demo that uses the battlers, all pretty much pre-configured, so you can put your own graphics in, change the weapons. The visual equipment side of it's already done, which I'm really looking forward to trying. I might have to push this out a little bit further, because once I'm doing this line, I'm realising that it's a bit too tight. I've literally created an array of guns. Ooh, that's good. So I've got 2 classes that use guns. One was a bit obscure, which I didn't think I'd be able to get it to work, but it has. The Hunter. It's like a sci-fi blaster. I don't know. That might not be final. It was just an idea I had. And the normal sort of handgun. So they'll be definitely ranged characters. The other one is the Archer, which has a bow. That's the male and the female one using the bow. And then a rifle, which is again a bit modern, but it could be a modern game. You know, the left hand does come down where it will be getting an arrow, putting in the bow and pulling it back. There is normally parts of a rifle around here. I believe that they normally have to sort of reload, pull back. So that's the same motion. Hopefully it works. I'm going to have to do all the different angles for the bow attacks, because it's not just straight on, the fire up, the fire down. So that people can be in the air and fire down on the enemy. It could work. It might not work. I'll have to see. That's why I don't want to be putting a whole lot of time into doing the basic weapons. Yeah, that bulges out there too much. The problem, prefer to have one-handed guns like Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, well, that's where I think people would be able to use the Hunter base with the one-handed gun. Is that the sort of thing you meant? Yeah. So again, that's when they can use the They can use the hunter base or the archer base for whatever single or double-handed weapons they like. Yeah, I think that's a good enough angle for that. Let's see how it looks when I... This could all go horribly wrong. Whenever I see a cat girl, I feel like they need head pats. Where's your head pat? Head pat. The other one I was using was it had a lot of blurred green. So when I put the green screen on it, you couldn't see parts of it. So, I mean, how is that going to look? Yeah. I think initially that one's alright. It's not my favourite, but it doesn't follow the angle that I'm... See, I like that sort of blue shape. I like that tilted oval. I give it some quick colour and leave that one for now. Just get a drink. Alright, kitty. You can't sit up here for too long. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that a bit flatter as well for the meal sitting on it. There we go. What motion? They'll be hovering. Just sort of like a... I was going to have a psychic character as well, that's floating. There we go. Don't think I finished another sheet for these. I had previously done some of the costume designs I'm just checking out. Getting some ideas for the hats and stuff like that. Where is the psychic one? There was a psychic one. Nah, can't find it. Yeah, but just so like where they're constantly off the ground, they can float towards the character. Could just move it side to side easily, like the animation itself, the 4 frames. Because I know within RPG Maker sometimes there's an option to have it programmed it in where the will float more smoothly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see. I mean, that's why I'm just taking it step by step. I'll probably do an idle pose for each of the characters, see how they fit in. Hopefully by that time the demo for the plugins already out, because I don't know how to use plugins. I've never used them before, ever. So that's all going to be new to me. So I'll be able to see how user friendly it is as a little test subject. Kitty, I can't give you butt pats. I am busy. Unless party, I might have the blue. I'm going to stick that out a bit. Yeah, so that's sort of like locked into place there. Yeah, a lot of that middle part's going to have to be shaded. Doesn't matter what the carrot will be either sitting there or holstered there. Even further. It's going to be a lot of dead space for each weapon, but because even if I brighten this up a little bit, which it would do naturally when the weapon's not being used, but that just looks wrong to have a light source right underneath. Get rid of all this extra bit. There we are. Right. Can't have the cat, knock on the mouse. There we go, I feel that would be the time to drag it all back. Get down off the desk. Too high. Curve it around a bit. Yeah, and then that'll be the dark area. Yeah, I can't wait to actually try out the animated battler script. It's been a while since I've used one on a later engine. I think the last easiest one was VXAce, where it was literally you could just put your actors in, use the note box to tell it which one's got each actor, the file name, and it was done. I feel like this should be brighter down here as well. Actually, weirdly, just feel like doing something like that. Just pull it all the way out and do an extra. Because the main part it's going to be hitting with is where the part of the broom is. So it's going to be here. And that's going to be like the after part. Yeah, you hate the default look of MZ. Yeah, I tried making some of the animated battlers for the standard default way as well, and I wasn't happy with the 3 frames even ping ponging. When you ping pong things back and forth, it wasn't working. Well, it worked, but it didn't look right. I could do an extra port here and treat it like it's a new. Yeah, that works, I think. So that'll be a bit darker here, and then it'll lighten up again when it comes out. And MV. I don't have MZ. You have MV. Yeah, I mean, I've got MV, but I've never been able to use my battlers in it, so I've never used it to test. The easiest one was XP to use my battlers in, but there was no visual equipment script there. That was just a simple case of dragging the sheets into the battler folder and it was done. You didn't have to use note tags or anything like that. And the script itself, you could go in and there was a configuration section. I'm hoping to get MZ soon, because then it'll be usable when the script is released. Yeah, I like that little bit there, a little bit of a shine. No, I think I'll call it there for the ring blade. It's good enough for me. Yeah, the only problem with XP that I had was the battlers were semi-transparent, by default, and there was no, from what I could find after the years of asking people who actually worked on the scripts, that was just as it is. I know I spoke to DeWolfman quite a few times, who did a few changes to, well, a lot of changes to the initial Minkoff animated Battler script, and then released his own for the Animabat, which is what I used in XP. It just seems a lot of people now are fixed on these the little chibi characters that come default with the generator. I suppose people like quick and easy. Get down off the screen, cat. Yeah. Right, brilliant. Now these wizards. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this, definitely the hand. I suppose it's very similar to the Squire. So I could cheat, because cheating always helps. And that's the same for both the male and the female one, the hands. And if I've placed it right, cat, do not go behind the curtain. What I'll do is I'll actually place it on the extra one. I don't want to move it further out a bit, because the ones are going to look very sort of like, I don't know, because it's not that much different than a sword, is it? Anyway, I know these hands have got to go. I could move that out by one. Not that part though. Is that in the same place? Yep. I suppose that then it stops them looking so relaxed with the weapon down, because the way some of the weapons are, they would have crystals and energy things at the top of it, so to me that would be heavier. So to keep it upright will be a good move. Let's go. What I'm doing here is just selecting the area, but I'm actually on the layer with the hand. So I can grab all that, and that's what I want to copy. There we go. Yep. Let's place the weapons where they will be in the hand. That and the wand. There we are. That's why I'm all doing them on this grid as well, because it's visual equipment, so the weapon will be exactly where it's going to be over the sheet. So I know in MZ you had to sort of position the weapons because there were small frames. I just don't see the need. Whatever makes it easier for the user is good in my book. See how he holds it. Yeah, that'll be good. And that's basically that then. They're all complete. Quick rundown before I finish for the day. It's an hour and a quarter. It's not been a massive stream, but it's all good. There we go. So we've got the acrobats. Just again, fly for fun influenced. I like that. I like all the different classes in that. Some of the weapon designs were really cool. Right. So they use a fan for the other one, but the main one's the yo-yo projectile. So I'm going to either throw the fan or throw a yo-yo, and that's going to be like the spinning kind. Got the archers with the rifle and the bow. All this is level 1 basic equipment. The assist, which is going to be like the weaker healer. The flail, which I'm not too sure of if I want to keep that, or just have it as a stick, as the main weapon. Because with the flail you could have a shield, which was the other. It doesn't just have to be a weapon that they use. It could cause issues though, because a lot of the times I'm planning on having the holding the stick with 2 hands. The barbarian, the bat'leth, which did the wrong way around, but it was kind of intentional, because normally the blade's on the upper side, but anyhow, in the large hammer. Fighters with the knuckle and guitars, not guitars, katars. So a giant fist or a claw. Hunters with the guns or the weird blaster sort of things. Again, that might change. The knight that has the 2-handed axe, the 2-handed sword. The lancers, which I think is probably my favourite ones, will be the spears and the scythes. Like them. The mages, which again, I don't know what to do for the second weapon. I was going to have wings, but then I don't know what to do with his hands and what he would be doing. The sages with the ball, sort of like a magic ball. They don't have to be in the same exact pose because what they use is around them. And the book, like the spell book. That was one of the ones I had the demonic faces on the skulls. That's the old book. Don't like that book. Yeah, that. I like that. Samurai with the umbrella. Again, I don't know, but might keep it. And the large samurai sword. Squires with the one-handed axe and one-handed sword. The thief with the arm blade and the knife. The witches, which we've just seen. The ring blade and the broom. Wizards with the wand and the rod. The wand and the rod. That's the other way around. So that's all them done. I'm pleased with that. Now what I might work on next is something which I normally leave to last is the attack animations, because I normally left them to last because they caused a lot of the problems. If I do them first, get them out of the way, and I know if the weapon sizes are correct. This is the full frame. Each frame's going to be 160 by 160. I'd limited myself before to 128, and it caused problems, especially with the larger two-handed weapons. Some people want them straight up in the air, and I couldn't do that because I was chopped off by the top of the frame. I think I need to work on the texture of some of the wooden things as well. A little bamboo gun. Yeah, a lot of plans for these. I hope to do some battle backgrounds as well, which is something I've tried in the past, but with the new Ace Sprite it should be a bit easier because I can use my tablet with it, and I've got a lot of pressure and velocity sort of options now. Might work, might not. Faces, I'm planning on spriting some faces as well for them, so they'll have portraits. Yeah, as of today, I think I shall leave it there. It is for MV. Let's have a little look on the Discord quickly. But yeah, don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already. The links are all in the description, I believe. Just going to be trying to work on a few little bits and bobs. It's going to be learning some things I don't know how to do, like landscapes. I might even try and do little Twitch challenges every now and again to see, well, not challenges, but just little fun things to try. creating enemies and things like that. Because with monsters, really, you've got not really no reference, but if I did a person and the arms weren't right, the arms are too long, it just looks wrong. But with creatures, you can do whatever you like. I like that sort of freedom with it. But yeah, make sure I save. And I'll back that up later after I finish. So thank you very much everyone for joining us. A little short one today, hour and a half, but there we go. Might be on for a little bit tomorrow. Trying out, I don't know, I might try the portraits or the landscapes. We'll see how it goes. See what mood I'm in, but I'm happy with the idle poses and the weapons that we've got. I might even try and throw them into a little sheet and test them in VXAce to see how they look. Alright, thank you very much everyone, and I'll catch you all another time.